We're learning about food webs today. Miss Schmidt talked to us about different types of organisms. What are the types of organisms that eat other things? Liam.
Consumers.
Consumers. Good job. Consumers. All right. What are the things that make their own food? What are the organisms that make their own food? Tristan. Producers. Good job. Producers. Guys, one day I'll have neat handwriting. All right. What is the last thing? The stuff that breaks down dead organisms. Anthony. Decomposers. Good job, y'all. All right, can you guys give me an example of some types of consumers? Some types of consumers. A bear is a type of consumer. Sure. Types of things. We have what? Go ahead.
Carnivore.
Carnivore. Griffin. Herbivore and omnivore. Another example of a consumer before we move on. Another example of a consumer. Ford.
A spider.
Spider, that's a good one. All right, moving on to producers. Give me an example of some producers. Ms. Schmidt talks to you guys about a big producer in the ocean. Go ahead. Yes, Elise. Sorry? Phytoplankton. I'm not spelling that all out. Give me another example of a producer. One more. I just need one more. Come on, put your hands up. Anyone. Liam. A tree. That's a good one. Thank you. T-R-E. Tree. All right, give me one more thing. Give me an example of a decomposer. Give me an example of a decomposer. Elijah.
A mushroom.
A mushroom. Good one. Mushroom. What else? Give me one more, and then we'll move on. One more. KJ. Maggots. Good one. All right, maggots. So, what we're going over today is how these different organisms interact with each other in an ecosystem. They interact with each other through something called a food web. A food web is the movement of energy. What is the biggest source of energy? The sun. The sun is the Earth's source of energy. It starts from the sun. Then, what type of organism takes the sun's energy? A plant, or known as a. What does it say right there? Producer. We just went over this. After that, herbivores. And keep the flow of energy going from a bug to a mouse to a snake to a hawk. And when the hawk dies, its body gets broken down by the decomposer, and the plants use the soil that the decomposers make as part of their nutrition. Do you guys understand?
Yes.
So we have a flow of energy making a food chain. What happens if I take that flow of energy and I disrupt it by taking out the bug over here? What'll happen to it? What'll happen to the whole food chain if I take out the bug? Elijah.
Make the food chain like come apart.
It'll fall apart. How? What'll happen to it? Go ahead.
There's gonna be more grass and less
That's a mouse. So there's going to be more grass because there's going to be less things eating the grass, right? And then if I take out the bugs, then there won't be as many mice because they eat what? They eat the bugs. And then there's going to be less. There's going to be less snakes, and then. So if I just take out this one thing, it affects the whole food chain. Do you guys think that there's only one food chain in an ecosystem? No, that's what a food web is. Because we have a whole bunch of different organisms interacting with each other in a food web. So making a whole bunch of different food chains into one big food web. All right, so Let's say we take out. Y'all, give me an example. What if we take out one thing? I want you guys to take out one thing. Axel.
Take on one.
Yeah, I want you to take out one thing from the food web.
Snakes.
You want to take out the snakes. Okay. So we take out the snakes. What's going to happen to the rest of the food web? What's going to happen to the rest of the food web? Look at it carefully. Lizzie, in the back.
Then there would be more insectivorous birds, and then and so that there would be a lot more of them. And
So-
then the more that there are, the less that the spiders will be, because they'll have because then there will be more birds that would eat the spiders and the other insects, and then there won't be that many insects to eat the plants.
Mm-hmm.
And then it can also affect the other side too, because
So look at what all you guys see how many arrows are pointing at this snake? If the snake was gone, just about almost everything in this food web, the mice, the birds over here, the toads, even some of the insects, their population would increase. Their population would increase. So meaning more birds eating more bugs eating each other, more bugs eating plants, and definitely a whole lot more toads. Today, to really understand food chains, we're going to be making our own food chain. You guys should have a baggie somewhere on your table. One person lift up the baggie. Lift it up, let me see. Okay, so these two tables are going to be working together to make the food chain. These two tables are going to be working together to make the food chain. What are you guys going to do? Work together to make the food chain. So you guys have this little cheat sheet to help you guys figure out where everything is supposed to go. So we talked about this in the beginning. What is the Earth's source of energy? What is the Earth's source of energy, Parthenia? The sun. So what are you going to start with? The sun. And then what are you going to make your way down to? What gets its energy from the sun? Give me both of the examples. Axel, okay. The trees and algae. And then I want you guys to work down from there. You guys understand?
What eats the dragonfly? Dragonflies? What do the dragonflies eat?
Fought. Wait, no. Yes, actually, yes.
No, but
Wait,
Alright, explain it to me. Okay, so the flow of energy. Yeah. Oh, so the hair is the frogs. Okay. I like it. I like it so far. We're gonna go through this kind of quickly. So this is the food web that I was hoping you guys would end up with. Some of you guys got actually pretty close. Starts from the sun, and I already gave you the answer. It goes to the apple trees, algae. The algae gets eaten by the channelfish and the tadpoles. Then the tadpoles get eaten by the what? The larvae. Then the channelfish eat them. What are the three animals that the channelfish get eaten by? Gets eaten by the chestnut lampreys, the humans, and the herons. Then over to this side, the sun goes to the apple trees, the flies, the dragonflies, the frogs. Man, flies get eaten by a lot of things. Gets eaten by the heron, the frogs get eaten by the heron, so do the dragonflies. All right, how do we feel about food webs? Good. Louder. Good. All right, great. All of you guys, get ready.